First, though, the racist abuse of England's football stars remains on the front pages this morning, and overnight, Harry Maguire has become the first member of the squad to give an interview since Sunday's match, calling on social media companies to do more to tackle this issue. Too right. Well, this was also the focus of discussions last night at Number 10, where Boris Johnson met with tech giants at the launch of a new anti-bullying campaign. And our Dr Alex was there as well, in his role as the government's mental health ambassador. And he joins me now. This has all sort of come together, all of this, hasn't it? So did you feel, when you were at that meeting last night, that something actually will be done?
Well, I think the first thing to say, I think I'd share everyone's shock about what we've seen online over the weekend. What should be an exciting time for sport has been kind of ruined, really. Tarnished by disgraceful behaviour that I think we can all say is completely unacceptable.
Totally.
Now, of course, the meeting yesterday was actually the coming together, I guess, of the campaign we've been planning, Don't Face It Alone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to create a campaign to tackle bullying both in schools and in person, but also, of course, online. Now, we brought together, and we planned this for many months, we brought together the kind of social media giants, the platforms, if you like, in one space together with young people, so we can hear from the young people, they can hear from the young people, and hopefully start making some progress, particularly with online bullying. Now, of course, there's a lot of talk about, what's the solution, what's the answer, how do we deal with this problem? And I think it's probably going to come down to a multifaceted approach. It's got to be education and teaching people about the harm that you can do by bullying, whether it's racist or otherwise, the damage that can do to people's mental health, whether young or adult.
Yeah.
But of course, we have to look at social media as well. How do we have a space that is positive, that is good and online, but also make sure when people are being racist or abusive online, that we're actually stopping these people and we're being able to somehow police that as well.
Because I always think, and there's a sort of misconception about bullying in a way, that when you leave school, that's when it stops. If a bully is at school, they're going to be a bully in the workplace, aren't they?
This is the big thing we found. I mean, Diana Ward, who have done a fantastic job and of really raising this the awareness of bullying, and have actually been at the centre of this whole campaign. The research they've done shows that actually 54% of young people are being bullied. And that's one in two young people are being bullied. And what they found through the research is that for young people, it's often the people that are bullying them in school that are bullying them online.
Yep.
So that's why when we talk about we need to have lots of ways to tackle the bullying, if we just block, and just do it through Twitter or Instagram and tackle that side of things, that doesn't always deal with the stuff in school. So it is this combination approach of raising awareness that actually it's not acceptable to be bullied. Don't be ashamed about it. Let's, make sure you have support at school to speak to someone, and if it's happening online, report it and block it.
Yeah.
I was bullied back at school. There's obviously, I was just before the days of kind of Facebook and everything taking off. So I was kind of lucky in some ways that it was just at school.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to face it at home. And I really feel for young people now who come home and it's online as well.
Yeah.
And for me, I actually felt ashamed for a long time. I think it was 18 months or more before I said to any of my other friends, actually, I was getting bullied, or told the school. And I felt ashamed. But, once I did that, the problem was sorted, the teachers got involved, my friends, and I felt so much better. So, if you are being bullied, if you're a young person watching this, if you're a parent and your children experience it, it's not acceptable, it's not okay.
No.
We need to tackle it, we need to stamp it out.
And you have to speak up. It's really hard, though. And a lot of people say, oh, well, don't look at social media. But actually, that's a really easy thing for someone of my generation to say, maybe even someone of your generation to say. But when you're a little one, it is so part of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. And that's quite difficult. And as you said, unfortunately, that sense of shame and feeling that you can't really talk to someone, which is why what you're doing is so important.
I think this campaign is needed more. This Don't Face It Alone campaign is needed more than ever, because the world's evolving. Social media. You've got companies like TikTok that are blowing up overnight. Children now are growing up with social media. That's going to happen. So we need to educate them how to use it safely, and also for how do people to be kind and think about what they're saying. Because sometimes people might type something and think, just like it's a throwaway comment that I've made, but to that person receiving that comment, that could ruin their day, that could ruin their week, it could really, really upset and hurt them. But, this is why it's so important. And I'm very excited to say that actually this morning, over 1 million children are sitting down at school to watch a video created as part of the campaign. We've had young people talking about their experiences of being bullied and actually how they got through it and how they came out the other side, how they dealt with that. And I really hope the videos created, that the campaign will encourage people to speak out if they're experiencing bullying.
And you spoke to Marcus Rashford about this, didn't you? I mean, it was obviously before the game,
yeah.
But you spoke to him about it, and he has been such a force for good in that as well. He had some really good things to say to you.
He has. He's such an inspiration, I think, to everyone, to all young people. I feel incredibly inspired by him myself, and the work that he's doing in this space. You know, it's not just about food and nutrition. It's actually about the well-being of children. Obviously, he's written this book as well about, you know, empowering young children, and you know what we've seen in the abuse that he's had. You know, after the match, you know, we saw, you know, the painting of him being
the mural.
tarnished.
But then, what was great was everybody came together and look at it
it's
now.
just, you know, and
Which
that
does give you hope, though, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, you know, you see, and I think it's very important to say that there is a minority of people who sadly ruin things for everyone else. But you see through what's happened there, and people coming together and actually covering up the graffiti with hearts and kind messages, and then it being repainted, is that you know, we can beat this. You know, the force for good is more powerful than the force for bad. You know, we can actually get through it, but we do have to take a step back and look at things. What do we do about social media? Let's bring together, and the hope is off the back of the meeting we had yesterday, at the back of this campaign, we want to bring together a steering group with all the social media companies, with Dana Award, to actually look at this and go, come on, guys, you know, this is a problem. It's not disappeared because it's a football match. It was there a long time before. But we need to tackle it. Let's do something about it.
We really do. And we were talking to 3 incredible women yesterday who call themselves the Hijabis, which I love. And they've got this amazing and incredible campaign, and we'll tell you how it's going very, very shortly, because it's doing incredibly well. They want people who are racist to be banned from football matches altogether. Make it so there's consequences for your vile actions.
There has to be.
And they've done a remarkable job, and we'll give you an update very shortly, which is very exciting. Alex, keep up the good fight. So good to see you. And thank you so much for everything that you're doing. It will make a difference.
And please, people, do watch those videos. Check out the video. Don't face it alone. Share it on social media. Let's be a force for good.
Absolutely. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.